Hi, my name's Rowan. On behalf of HME Logistics, we're going to do a quick presentation on how the CNC router works. It will enable us to take a piece of material like this and put a simple design into it. May seem a little bit daunting at the moment, but with simple instruction, it's quite an easy task to accomplish. What you can see on your screen now is the VCarve file. So the first screen you come onto when you've created your file is the job setup. For the purpose of what we're using today, it's 200mm by 200mm and 10mm thick. You don't need the origin offset at this time or the data scaling. Please ensure that the units are set into millimeters because it makes the calculation and design a lot easier. So we click on OK. We're going to draw two shapes today, a circle and a square, and then we're going to set the tool paths to accomplish that. The first thing we're going to do is the circle. So we click on the circle, create circle. If you look at the top of the screen, you'll see that it starts at 0, where we set the 0 before, in the top right hand corner, and it goes to -200. And then the top left hand side of the screen, it goes to 0 to -200 again. This is the size of the material. So the center of the circle, we want at -100 by -100, and that will put it dead center of the material we're working on, and the radius at 50mm. We then press create, and that puts the circle directly in the middle of the material. Press close at this point and move to the right hand side of the screen and select the toolpaths icon. Click on create a profile toolpath. Click on the circle, and this will create it. Click on the circle and this will create a lilac dotted line. Again, click on the toolpaths. The start depth is 0, is the top of the material itself, with a cut depth of 3mm. We move down to the name, click by profile, delete it, and call it what it is for today, circle, and press calculate. What this then does with the program, it's where the start point is at 0, the toolpath coming into where the material is going to be cut, and creates the actual path for the 3mm cut depth. You can demonstrate this with a preview of all visible toolpaths. So close that down, click on to new, which takes us back into the design. This time click on square. Again, for the anchor point of the square, we're going to use the center of the material again, which is -100 by -100. The width and the height, if you remember, the radius of the circle before was 50mm, so it gave us a diameter of 100mm. I had to think about that then for a second. They're going to make this slightly larger, so it's 150mm by 150mm. We then create it, and that gives us our second shape. Close that again. Click on the item we want to create the toolpath for. Top right hand button again on toolpaths, create profile toolpath. This time we'll go a little bit deeper. So this time we'll do a 5mm cut, and we will move down to name, and we will call this square, and calculate. At this point we can preview all toolpaths, and it will simulate the cut on both of the designs that we've created. So that covers how to create basic shapes and how to create the toolpaths using the Vectric software. We're now going to move on to actually utilising that design and how to use it on the machine itself. So after you've double clicked on the icon, the program will launch. First thing to do is, if you look across the top, you'll see run in red. You come across to configuration, click on configuration. So after configuration, move across to profiles, which is on the middle row on the far right hand side. You'll see a list of profiles. Click HME, click on load profile. You will hear a slight click from the machine when you do this. Press apply settings. Again, you should hear the CNC click if you're in a quiet environment. Press reset, come across to run. And at this point, using your X, Y, if you come over to the left hand side of the screen, the menu will pop out, and you can use X, Y and Z to actually move the machine around. Just quickly go through each axis just to make sure that the machine is working correctly. Once you're satisfied that each axis is moving, come over to the right hand side of the screen, click OK. So that's it. We've run through the program and we've run through the machine. As you now know, it's fairly easy to do. Thank you very much for your time today.